Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and I did a video a few days ago, a reaction to the first take with Hoshimachi Suisei, a member of Hololive, and while it was a reaction, I was very honest, very fair. There were some good things about it, I had some criticisms, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed it, but I was honest about my opinion, and my comment section was inundated with individuals telling me, great, now that you've seen this first one, you've said what you had to say, watch the second one, it's exponentially better. Not that the first one was even that bad, but I was, I got a couple comments like that. I was like, yeah, that's what fans will say of anything. Oh, you like this song? I'm a huge fan of this band. Now listen to this one, it's even better. But no, this was like go through that comment section on that video after you're done with this one. It's nearly every comment. So I figured, you know what? A lot of people were telling me to check it out. A lot of people were saying if you thought that was, kind of like the song was good, but the format was maybe not the best for it, which was my, takeaway, that the song was a great song, but I don't know if the first take was the best, encapsulation of that sort of medium. They're like, no, watch the second one. So I'm going to take their advice. We're going to watch Hoshimachi Suisei's second appearance on the first take, and I'll see if my comment section was entirely correct. So by all means, please subscribe to the channel. Check out the previous video after this one if you haven't, so you got the full scope of how this saga unfolds, and let's get into it. Oh, outfit changed. Her outfit changed. Alrighty. Okay, so one thing that my comment section said was that she has a whole lot more movement and interaction. Already, that's entirely true. I mean, she walked up, she had some movement to her. She puts the headphones on. She's looking around like she's a legit singer coming in to do this. I can appreciate that. They were definitely correct in saying there was more movement. So. Ooh, already, this seems like a much faster paced song, and maybe it won't show off her vocal range near as much as a slower song will, but the beat, this is already, alright, let's get into this. Now, it sounds kind of electronic. I know I'm just a couple seconds in. It sounds kind of electronic, so I wonder how many real instruments are here. We'll see. Is this the same chick? Like obviously it is, I know, but wow, that is a deeper voice than she had in the previous song. That is, alright, impressive. Also, I didn't notice this in the last video, if it was even there. The light in her eyes, the little glisten, is the shape of a star. That's kind of cool, but okay, yeah, nice deep voice. Absolutely different than what we got last time, so there's some range on you, girl. Let's get it. 街が忙しいばかり遊び飽きたら終わりよ海が出るガチャがってるかと怯えて過ごすばかり冷めすなと一人なくああこんな旅路を行くことが人の Alright, has nothing to do with her, like, again, reaction, gotta pick up everything I say. That little key change there, that change in the progression, sorry, not key change, but the change in the progression there was really nice. She must use a lot of piano in her songs, so I'm hearing it in this one. It was clearly in the last one. I'll be honest, while the piano was less prominent in this song, the last song, the piano was very front and center. That was the dominant instrument. It was overpowering to pretty much everything but her vocals, which, was probably the point. In this, it's a lot more subdued, but I also like the piano piece a lot better in this. It's very much jazz piano, and that's a difficult style to pull off. So also just from a musical aspect, not only the Hololive aspect, because I'm going to try and analyze both, given I've got a decent knowledge about music. I'm a musician. I've got decent knowledge about that. And Hololive, like I said in the last one, I'm only tangentially familiar with, but I enjoy the bit I know about Hololive. This is a nice blending of the two, so I'm very interested to see how both these go. Oh, and the bass in this is just boom, 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 boom. Yeah, anyone know, bass is my favorite instrument to play. I love bass. I'm a sucker for good bass. I'm really enjoying the instrumentation in this. I'm not going to say it's better than the other one, but there's a lot more of it. There's more than just a piano and an acoustic guitar. So you're getting a much more flavorful sounding song that I think is complementing a nice full band setup to where it doesn't just sound like I almost said Vocaloid. It doesn't just sound like a Hololive character singing. This sounds like a full production. Oh, and you get some brass in there. All right, so what we just heard in the background there, super cool. So after she quit singing, you had that little instrumental breakdown there for a moment. This song is doing what a lot of Japanese music does. It's something I love about Japanese music. So at least, obviously not all Japanese music, there's obviously several different genres, but the very common theme and flavor you get, especially with songs that have kind of an anime vibe, like when someone says, oh, that sounds like an anime opening, like, there's a particular niche when people hear anime opening. It's because it mixes a lot of the same concepts from jazz, and believe it or not, gospel music. So when you have a lot of the same chord progressions from jazz and gospel music, you put them together, you get very anime sounding songs. And this song is doing the exact same thing, but also there's a nice underlying of Japanese chord progressions that are just very traditional Japanese style, and I'm really enjoying that blend. I won't lie, I'm almost enjoying the music. The previous Hoshimachi Suisei song, that was her. That was all about her voice. I mean, that was kind of a show-off song. Not in a bad way. I mean, you got a good voice. You got it. Flaunt it. But it was a show-off song. Whereas this is... Clearly, this is not her best work vocal. It's still amazing, but this is not showing her full range. This is just showing the full range of, rather than full range of her voice, the full range of what musically this artist can do. And I'm enjoying the different layers I'm getting out of this. Alright, cool change from the previous video, whereas the previous one really just focused on her face and whatnot. The camera's changing, it's showing like her body, like she's swaying. Like if you were at a concert and you saw, if you're in the nosebleeds, the bands are usually on if you're at a big concert, bands are usually on a big screen, so the people way back can see, and the camera won't just focus on their face. It'll move around, it'll show their hands when they're playing guitar, it'll show movement, the way they move, and it's got the same sort of cinematography as what the big screens would do at a big concert for those poor fuckers in the nosebleeds, and I'm appreciating that. Oh, just hear that guitar. Alrighty. Well, that was, I clearly enjoyed that. If you couldn't tell by the way I was just kind of like getting down like a clown. Let's go to some final thoughts. Yeah, for those of you in the comments that said that her second outing was better, I definitely agree and disagree to a point. You're going to hear me out on this. The song was very much something more akin to what I hear, what I would think we would hear a lot of in the first take. Something that just has a whole lot more room for improvisation. It's a whole lot easier to improv in a speedy jazz style song than it is a slow ballad. Now, obviously, since I'm not familiar with the song, I don't know how much improv, if any, was there, or maybe it sounds exactly like the studio version. But bringing up the studio version, that does bring up a negative. The previous one cut to live piano, cut to live guitar playing, where once again there's room for improv, there's room for mistakes. This one didn't do that. It was all her, which it leads me to wonder, was that really live brass instruments we heard? Was it really a live piano? Was it really a live guitar? Or was it a studio backing studio backing track where it was all pre-recorded and then she just sang over it, meaning only her voice was live? I don't know. I wish I had an answer for that. And maybe it's addressed in the comments, or I'm not sure. I don't speak Japanese, at least I don't speak very much Japanese. A little bit. But, so yeah, there is the true first take live aspect of it that I am still questioning. I really didn't get an answer, something that I think the previous video actually did better. But in terms of the energy, in terms of the character model, again, the song itself, I think we're all a much better choice than this. It actually blows my mind that this has like a third, not quite half of the views of the first one that she did. Yeah, I quite enjoyed this. Everyone in the comment section, for the most part, I'd say you were correct. Watch the second one, it's better. They said a lot that she interacted with, the crowd, what would be the crowd where this live performance more. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, there at the very end she did, but she also interacted with the crowd a tiny bit at the end of the last one, and she interacted more in the beginning of this one, but throughout the course of the actual song itself, the character model didn't do a whole lot of interaction like the comments led me to believe, but the camera work for that model and the model's movements were a lot more verbose and expressive, so maybe that's what they meant. Maybe it was just sort of a misread of my criticisms, not even really criticisms, just comments. Yeah, all in all, I did really enjoy this. I'm glad I listened to the chat, and if you got anything else you want me to react to, lay it down for me in the comments below. That said, I'm not mostly a reaction channel, I'm a nerdy news channel, so if you're interested in anime, Magic the Gathering, Star Wars, pretty much anything nerdy in the news, please subscribe for that as well, or just subscribe for the reactions I do at least one a week, if not more. And if you got something you want me to say in the comments below, man, maybe I will do them more. Just you guys got to let me know. You're the ones watching this stuff. But yeah, please subscribe, check out the back catalog. Remember, it's all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.